We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go. Hi everybody, I'm Sophie, he's Mike, and she's Brenda, and welcome to On the Road with Mickey. If you're returning for another adventure with us, welcome back. We are so glad you have returned safely, and if this is your first episode with us and you're new here, welcome. It's so nice to meet you, and I'm going to show you the reins today. First up, we have our Cheddar from the Big Cheese, which is basically our Disney news snippets. And then after that, we have our feature topic, which is what we talk about for most of the episode. And then after that, we have our This Day in Disney History, brought to you by me. And after that is our game of Who's Who, and that is brought to you by Mike, my dad. Oh, fair warning, I'm almost never wrong when it comes to this game. I almost always win it. And then after that, Brenda will be giving us a quote from the big man himself, Walt Disney, and it's just going to be amazing. So buckle up, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the car at all times. Make sure you're safe, fasten your seatbelts, all that good stuff. And we will see you on the road. It's time to get going. Let's go!
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, also known as Tweedledum, and she's Sophie.
Also known as Cruella, darling. And she's Brenda.
Also known as Winch for a Day.
And we're on the road with Mickey. This is season 2, episode 43 for October 25th, 2021. And our feature topic this week is Halloween at Disney. Maybe you guessed it. This week, we are going to talk about some of the things that we have experienced and encountered and memories that we've made and new stuff that's happening at Disney during the fall and Halloween season, specifically at Walt Disney World. But before we get started on that, I have a little bit of an update from last week when we were talking about Disney Genie, and then we'll move on into our Cheddar from the Big Cheese.
Awesome.
The genie is out of the bottle.
Yep, for sure.
He has been released on October 19th, and we put up a poll in our group about whether people were more interested in the Genie Plus or the free version of the Disney Genie, and the winner was Genie Plus. And Genie Plus has a cost factor to it, but despite that, more people were interested in it, and we had some good feedback too. Pam wrote in that it's a good question. She wants to know which rides are available before making the decision. And Pam, we're going to have an episode later on that's going to talk about Disney Genie in a lot of detail. And so we'll have all those sorts of answers then. But she also added that she feels like she is her family's Disney Genie. She's the planner. She asks others. She reorganizes when things are coming out. And she really enjoys doing it.
That's
And
good.
also, Sandy said that she is going to play the wait and see game. Smart strategy, Sandy. We don't arrive till December, so we're going to wait and watch, then decide what works for us.
Sounds like a great plan.
Idea. Both of you, that's a good plan.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think Disney Genie, I think it'll be positive, but it'll be real interesting to see how it plays out in actual practice. So I'm looking forward to learning more about it and seeing how it actually plays in real life. So,
yes.
All right. So moving on to Cheddar from the Big Cheese. Sophie, I gave you an awesome bit of cheddar this morning.
Yeah.
Why, thank you.
I think it is anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, then, so I guess I'll just start off with this one. On October 16th, 1923, Walt Disney and his brother Roy founded the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio in Hollywood, California. This feels like more history than Cheddar right
A
now.
little bit.
The studio is now known as the Walt Disney Company. 98 years later on Instagram, Disney Animation announced that the 60th animated motion picture is going to be named Encanto. Oh, I know this one. I've seen trailers of it all over YouTube. And there is a link to Instagram that we're going to post in the show notes with a video promoting this amazing film. I've seen it. Well, trailers for it. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
Yay.
And
Awesome.
The Instagram video is really cool because it shows all these little sections from the other movies that lead up to the
Oh,
announcement
great.
of Encanto. So I think it's really going to be cool. It's something cool to look at. So look in the show notes. You'll have that link for it.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little excited. My favorite moderate resort has reopened. Yay! Disney's Port Orleans Riverside, and people are loving being back there. I posted about it on opening day because everybody was so excited. Everyone was excited to check in. Everyone was excited to see everything going on, and I'm just so ecstatic. And Yeehaw Bob is back performing at the River Roost too. Yay! Yay!
Oh my gosh, we're so happy to have him back.
Yep, and he's also continuing right now. At least he's continuing his Sunday night shows on Facebook, so that's another good thing.
Wonderful.
He's doing both. My goodness, he has so much energy for his age.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the Candlelight Processional is back, and so will be the dining packages. Starting tomorrow, October 26th, you can make reservations at Beer Garden, Coral Reef, Garden Grill, or Rose and Crown for your meal before the show with preferred seating for the show. I'm so glad that's back this year.
Yeah, I am
Last
too.
year wasn't the same without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be
And
great.
all of these things are just leading back to
Norm.
normalcy.
Yes, Norm. Yay. That's what we want.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
goodness. Speaking of normalcy, I think it's about time we start acting normal and talk about our feature topic unless Daddy has anything else to add.
No, nothing else to add other than just a reminder, connect with us, look in the show notes and you'll see all the links to the groups and YouTube channel and everything like that. So hit us
Yeah.
up with questions. We love hearing from you. And thank you, Pam and Sandy, for your input on Disney Genie.
Yes.
And
Keep
Yes.
writing in.
let's get this feature topic started, shall we?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we're talking Halloween at Disney. And I thought it would be fun to talk about what the new event is at Disney for Halloween, as well as to look at, you know, for me, Halloween at Disney is not just celebrating the holiday and going to the parties and whatnot. It's also about the whole season of how it's the temperatures start to change and the decor that's set up and everything like that. So I thought we'd talk about that as well. And then I thought we would wrap up the segment by talking about some of our memorable memories from our
All
trips
right.
Yeah.
to Disney during this season.
Yeah.
So I just thought it'd be kind of fun, you know. First up, though, is the Disney After Hours Boo Bash, which is the replacement this year, at least, for the Mickey's Not
Yeah.
So Scary Halloween Party. And I don't know, and you ladies tell me what you think, but I don't know if this is a one off thing or is this going to be like the norm now?
I
Kind of curious what y'all think.
well, regardless of it's going to be back or not, I just hope that it's not a true replacement for,
Not so scary.
yeah. Because if it was, then just based on the things that Jagan has told me about it, I would be majorly disappointed.
Okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Brenda? What are you thinking?
I'm hoping that Mickey's Not So Scary will be back. I know they tried to do something this year to, keep the excitement. So they made something that was a 3-hour event and, had some of the things, but I really like the full on 5-hour party. And I'm hoping it's going to be back next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I mean, because um, like Sophie alluded to, we had friends that went to the Boo Bash, and they said it was okay, and they enjoyed having lower crowds and not having to wait as long for some of the rides they rode.
Yeah.
But and there were candy stations and whatnot. But one of the things that did not um, excite them was one of them tried the alternatives to the candy because of allergies, and they gave out tokens, and it was not very well received on how they distributed
Oh,
for that.
Yeah.
So if you're going, you may want to just um, go with the regular candy and load up on that, and then pick and choose what you
Yeah.
can and can't eat. you know,
yeah.
but but
And that's
yeah,
really surprising because Disney's so good usually about dealing with allergies.
yeah,
I mean, really
Yeah.
good.
yeah, and you know, I don't have a lot of people's input on it because I don't have many clients that are going or have gone yet. So I don't know how much of that was just that night. There's some things you just don't know um, unless you've experienced it yourself multiple times. So,
Yes, and if any of our
Mhm.
listeners have experienced it, we'd love some feedback on
oh
what you
yeah,
experienced for
yeah,
sure. Also,
yeah,
Yeah.
any photos you'd like to share with us from your time would be awesome.
yeah. You know what? I'm going to put that out in the group, and we're going to make that our follow up question for next week's show.
Great.
So,
Yeah.
um, so that's really good idea. Um, you know, and part of it, I think, as far as the Boo Bash goes, is people, myself, being the people that I'm referring to here.
And
um,
me,
you
probably.
think about what you've experienced with Not So Scary, and you're immediately trying to compare the Boo Bash with the Not So Scary.
Yeah.
Yes, and you
And
can't
they're
help
not,
it.
you can't help but do it, but they're not the same, and they're probably not meant to be the same.
No, they're not.
So, so you do have that you have to kind of sort it out in your mind and separate the two, you
Yeah.
know. So,
Yeah. I think
but
if you go with an expectation that, rather than being a 5-hour blowout, it's a 3-hour kind of after hours thing, at least you can accept it a little bit more. I mean, you choose whether to buy the ticket or not.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
and I know we've done, and I think y'all have done the after hours, like just the after hours at Disney. I don't know if you have or
We
not.
never did. No.
We did that for
Mm-mm.
shorter ride line. I mean, the whole point of us doing the after hours party was for shorter ride lines. So if that's your goal
Gotcha.
Oh,
and the ride lines are short and that's perfect for you, then that's another perspective.
Yeah,
that's fair. Hmm.
that's a
And
good point.
then of course, Jayan also shared with me like some of the events that were there. Um, we listened to the who were they called? They were like the Dapper Dans, but they
The
were
cadaver
Halloween.
dans.
Yes, I was about to call them the Dapper Dooms, but Cadaver
Oh, that would have
Dans.
been cute too.
Yeah, the Cadaver Dans. They were awesome. I listened to them with Jagan and Aunt Sheila and Uncle Randy. They were so cool. Loved it. And
Hmm.
you could see them from where they were. They were actually up on top of the Country Bear Jamboree. You
Oh,
could see
Oh,
them from wherever they were or wherever
that's
you
cool.
were, and it was good. It was wonderful.
yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
I do too. I you know, there. I think the key to either of them, whether you're talking about Boo Bash this year or Not So Scary when it comes back, I'm gonna say it out loud. It's gonna come back.
Good.
There, I said
I'm
it.
waiting for
It's
it.
in the universe. It's gonna happen.
Yay.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
I think the key in either way is to have a plan of expectations on what you want to get out of the event. That way you go in and you say, well, I want to get some candy. I want to ride these rides. And when you're done and you've done all those things, then you can say, hey, I met my expectations. That made it worth it. Whereas if you're thinking I'm going to do this and this and this, and you have an unrealistic expectation, then you might be disappointed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we would always go when we went, I've been to Not So Scary twice, and Sophie and Cindy went once.
Yeah.
And when we went to Not So Scary, one of the things that we were most looking forward to, and it did not disappoint, was the Booty You parade.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it was absolutely incredible. And having the Headless Horseman
Oh, yeah.
start the parade off, I mean,
That is
that
so awesome.
was that's probably top 3 in all-time Disney moments of really cool effects, you know?
Really cool.
So, and so that
Yeah.
almost made that whole party worth it, was to be
Yeah,
able to see all that. So, just a thought. But I think
Yeah.
expectations are key, you know?
for sure. Especially now
Well,
with everything when you're visiting Disney.
Yeah.
Because things are not
yeah.
the same that they were.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying.
Expectations expectations will always be key when it comes to Disney.
Yeah.
If you expect too much, then it just mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't be
Yeah.
surprised by the magic if you're over expecting. But at the same time, it's like when I've gone to Mickey's Not So Scary, I've worn like a Halloween, like the Disney Halloween glow in the dark t-shirt, but
Mhm.
y'all actually went in costume. So that's like a totally different level of um,
Oh yeah,
participation,
we
which
did.
makes it even more fun because you're
Yeah.
actually participating. And that's fun too. I mean, you can bring as much to it as you can. Now, me and McKinley, my granddaughter number 2, she's a lot like me, so we can create our own party no matter where we are. We pretty much can break
Yeah.
out in
I
whatever.
mean,
Yeah.
But
just look at you, little wench
Yeah.
for
little
a day.
witch, little
You
witch.
are you are a party waiting to happen.
What am I? Chopped liver?
You are awesome, Sophie, and you know it. I'm
You
sorry,
are.
Cruella.
Yeah,
I'm so
that's
you
funny.
like Cruella. You are awesome.
That is
Sophie
so
is even
funny.
more awesome, but Sophie's not here right now. So
Yeah,
No, Sophie's going off to watch my movie.
that's right. And it adds
All
so much when you go there in costume.
all four of them.
yeah, that's right. There is quite a bit of Cruella action out there, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah. You know, speaking of costumes,
Mm,
which we were loosely speaking of costumes,
yeah.
one of the things that I think is important to think about, is if you're going to a party like this where you can dress up in a costume, one of the things to keep in mind is you don't need to break the bank in making your
Nope.
costume, you know?
That's right.
Um, Sophie, when she dressed up as the White Rabbit, she had most of the stuff and she borrowed a wig from Jagan, right?
Yep. Yep.
And
It cost me
um
like $7 to get my thing all together.
yeah. And for Cindy and I was Tweedledum, she was Tweedledee, and Cindy made the bow ties, okay?
Yeah.
And I had the shirt, we bought one more shirt so that it would work, and we bought we had red gym shorts, that we each wore, and all told, for the three of us, we were probably, and we bought the hats at Michael's, we bought the stuff here at Michael's, and we bought the stuff for our little flags. The straws are from McDonald's straws that we just had. I
Yeah.
mean, so all told, we were probably like $20, and
Yeah.
and
Pretty much.
it was
Yeah.
an inexpensive sort of set of costumes, but
Yeah.
it made it work. And just check out the picture that I'm going to
Yeah.
share of what we
Yeah.
looked like when we were in costume. And hang on one second. There we are. Start sharing. You know,
Oh
and you wouldn't
goodness,
know.
I can't
Cute.
see anything.
That is
Oh
very
no.
cute.
You can't see it.
I
No.
can see it. It's really cute.
My screen is just black. Oh no. Oh wait, there it is.
That is
But
so cute.
that was the three of us, and that was like $20 worth of materials. You know,
Yeah, and some
so
people are so creative. My goodness, what people can do with nothing is amazing sometimes. Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
so the whole point to my statement is, you don't feel like you have to have the beat all end all costume that you buy at Party City or wherever you buy your costumes at,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you don't necessarily need to do that. You may not need to do that. You may be able to find what you have and just implement some of that into your costume and just go with it. And it was,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
worked. So,
And you can reuse and recycle because I got this winch costume probably 8 years ago for the pirate night on the ship. I've worn it 5
Ooh.
cruises for pirate night, and now I'm wearing it today, and it's like you just keep wearing the same thing, and you know,
Yeah.
it's all new again when you haven't worn it in a year.
Yeah. I definitely
exactly.
need to I definitely need to rewear this a few times to get my worth out of it.
Yeah.
Well, good thing the makeup is easy to rewear.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, that um that's just some of the stuff. So, um if you had to say, from your times visiting Disney in the past, during the Halloween, whatever it's called, or fall season or whatever, what is give me what one, two memories that stand out in your mind from those times that you visited?
Um, Hmm.
Well, I'll go first. It's y'all are thinking about that.
Yeah.
This is a particular memory that stands out because we my BFF and me, Susan, went there and met y'all for the first time ever
Uh-huh.
during the 40th anniversary.
2011. Yep.
Yeah.
And we were there for Mickey's Not So Scary. My my BFF, whose name is Susan, literally, and I am not exaggerating. I'm pretty realistic, but she has a room in her home that is a Tigger room. She
Nice.
has hundreds of Tiggers, and she has been a Tigger fanatic for like her whole life because Tigger's birthday is her birthday.
Oh.
And
Whoa.
we went to Mickey's Not So Scary. We had already learned where to look for Tigger. We did not see him.
Oh.
And we were in the front, like right when you walk in, and we talked to a cast member and we said, "Is Tigger going to be here?" And she said, "Well, maybe or maybe not." I mean, like characters are subject to change, so she couldn't even say if Tigger was going to be
Hmm.
there or not. So I could tell it was kind of a downer with Susan, and we went into the Emporium to get a pin because I collect pins for, I don't I don't trade them. I just collect them every time something new happens or a new ride comes
Right.
out. Whatever.
Mhm.
So we went into the Emporium. We got the pin. We went back out to see if we could see Tigger. We looked around and we didn't. And so we turned back around. And right when we turned around, the handler was bringing Tigger out, and Susan's face was priceless. It was wonderful.
Yay.
It was wonderful.
Yay!
I was worried that we weren't going to get to see him, and I was so excited for her. It was wonderful. So I just
Nice.
loved that memory happened.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's awesome memory. That, that other than meeting us,
I
that
know.
made the trip, right?
That's right. That's right. Because she couldn't bring y'all home and put you in her room. But now she has a photo in there of, her and Tigger that night, and it was smiling ear to ear. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Hey, Susan, I know you're listening. Send us a picture. I want to see this room.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you have to see the room. Yes,
Yeah, send
I
us a
will tell
picture,
her.
Susan.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, good story.
Yeah,
Good
it was really
memory.
sweet. I was so happy to see him.
What about you, Sophie?
Hmm. Well, see, I've only been to the Halloween party once,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I've been to Disney during the holidays other times. It's just not the same as going to the party itself.
Right.
And I have to say that one of my favorite memories from that trip was we had just gotten off the Haunted Mansion,
Mm-hmm.
and there were the actors out on the lawn. Yes, I see your background, Miss Brenda.
Incredible background.
I love that background. The lighting is so pretty. Anyway, the actors were out on the lawn of the mansion, and Aunt Sheila, she was the Queen of Hearts. I was the White Rabbit, obviously. We were walking out, and one of the lady actress, her name was Miss Rosie, I think. She was like, my, do I see the lovely Queen of Hearts and her faithful White Rabbit? And so we went up to talk to her because that was something that you could do. And I remember my favorite thing was I remembered because the clock in the Haunted Mansion that is always on the number 13 and it goes
Yep.
counterclockwise.
Mhm.
I remembered telling her, yeah, your clock in there is broken. And then I pulled out my pocket. Well, it wasn't my pocket watch, it was my dad's, but I had borrowed it for my costume. And I love that pocket watch. I remember after we got back, it took me a while to give it back to you.
Yep. That pocket watch, Brenda, was a Christmas present, and it's a pocket watch like on a train conductor would have. And
Yeah.
you open it up,
Yeah.
and it's Mickey Mouse
Oh
on
my
it with a
gosh, that
train.
is awesome.
It's
Wow.
Yeah.
really cool. It's really
I
And
would have
cool.
never given it back.
it's attached with a gold chain. Well, that's the thing. It was a Christmas present, so Mommy and I originally gave it to Daddy. It was our Christmas present to him.
That's a
So I
great
kind of
gift.
had to give it back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great gift. Wow.
But
Yeah.
Off
anyway,
topic, but still a great gift.
that was a great moment when because they're in the yard of the haunted mansion, you know,
Yeah.
and you're able to
Yeah.
interact with them, and it was just so cool. That was a good moment. I remember that, and that was so cool, you know. Um, some of the things that I like from our party day, anyway. Um, the thing that struck me the most, and I don't
Yeah.
know if it really is or if it just feels like it. Um, but with it being dark outside anyway,
Yeah.
and then we went and rode Space Mountain. And you go into Space Mountain and it feels like it's even darker than a normal Space Mountain run.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know if it really is or if it really is. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But the
Hmm.
other thing that it seems like is Space Mountain on a not so scary Halloween party night feels like it is amped up, and it feels like it's going a lot faster than maybe it really is. I don't know. It just feels like it goes faster.
The excitement.
It must
Maybe.
be, but
Um,
but
I
that
do remember.
is really cool
Oh,
to
go
me.
on.
Go ahead.
I do remember that Jagan had told me about the Space Mountain over in Disneyland for the Halloween party.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I remember her telling me this. Apparently, with the Space Mountain over in Disneyland, they'll like, I don't know how they did this,
They do
but
an overlay
oh, I
inside the
was
ride.
think, and it's like a ghost that's chasing you or something?
Ooh, I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
That sounds cool though.
That does sound cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or
And
not,
how would they
but
make it so that you could see that the ghost is chased? That would be
But that's
I
cool.
have
if that is
no
how it happens,
idea.
that would be really neat. I need to
Yeah.
hear.
If
Well,
I
any
need
if
I
to.
have
any of the
no idea.
listeners have been there during that time, let us know.
Yeah, let us know because
Yeah,
that does sound really neat.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be really
know.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's always, the candy, which is a great memory too. And sponsored today, of course, is Hershey.
Hershey's. There you
Always my
go.
sponsor of my favorite candy.
Look at that
Hershey
Oh,
sponsor
has
I
few
got. I got a
ingredients.
new sponsor.
You got hot tamale.
yes.
Somebody called me a hot tamale last night.
What?
That's between you and Butch.
I was referring to my costume. I wasn't being serious.
Oh,
Darn.
Okay, edit that one out. Just kidding.
oh goodness.
Oh, that's funny. Good job, Brenda.
Oh, speaking
Okay.
of which,
Yeah.
one last thing that I want, and this can be a transition.
Okay.
The Boo to You Halloween Parade.
Yeah.
I love it. The
Yeah.
Boo to You Halloween Parade. It's just amazing. And I
Hmm.
especially love the Headless Horseman. And that's not anything new. It's just I haven't talked about him in a while.
It's
Yep.
so awesome. That is just one of the best parades ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good. So well done. Love it. Love the music. Love it all.
Yeah. I agree.
Love the candy.
You know, I first experienced this parade the year before, and I was this when I went with the Pixies. We had our conference, and some of us went to the Halloween party afterwards, and that was my first Halloween party experience. And that's when I said to myself and to my Pixie friends, I said, I don't know how I'm doing this, but I am getting Cindy and Sophie to this party. And
Oh.
that's when the idea was formed, Sophie, a year in advance. And
Nice.
and
Aw.
happened, and it was Sophie who said, "Oh, we're going to a Halloween party. I am dressing up," and that's what started the ball rolling. With her
Yep.
being the White Rabbit, me and Cindy being Tweedle. She was Tweedledee. I was Tweedledum. Aunt Sheila was the Queen of Hearts. Uncle Randy was the Mad Hatter, and um, Jagan was Alice from Alice in
Yep.
Wonderland. It all
Mm.
started because Sophie's like, "I'm dressing up. I'm going to be the White Rabbit."
Very good.
You know,
Awesome. She's a trendsetter.
she is. I mean, she makes mountains move.
That's
So
right.
anyway, now
I
Sophie, you
have a
there?
problem with Sophie. She's not
Sophie,
moving. She makes mountains move, but she's not moving.
she's not moving.
She's
Well,
moving.
she's not moving. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what's going on there, but we got to keep moving.
And we keep moving. We keep moving
So-
along. Gotta keep moving along.
Exactly. Before we finish up with this topic, I wanted to touch on some of the things that we see in the way of autumn decor.
Yeah.
So, Brenda, do you want to highlight some of that?
I like the big pumpkin Mickey pumpkin wreaths on the lampposts.
Oh yeah. They
They
actually
they line
changed it
Main
up.
Street. Yeah, I like it.
They actually changed it up this year. For the 50th, we noticed that there wasn't a lot of 50th decoration. It was all fall themed. But the Mickey pumpkins on the lampposts, they were actually Cinderella based.
Yeah, for this year. Yeah, because of the
Yeah.
celebration. So, it'd be interesting to see if that is still the case when you're there, Brenda.
I don't know what's going on. I lost y'all and now I'm back.
What?
I went off. It kicked me off. Skype kicked me off and now I'm back.
Huh.
Oh shoot, and now you're frozen.
Yeah.
Dang it, internet. Why are you being bad?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know.
Well, I mean, at least she looks pretty.
There
Wait,
we
wait.
go. Now you're
There
back.
we go. Behave
Oh,
yourself, internet. What on earth is wrong with you?
sorry, folks. Technical difficulties.
It
Oh.
happens.
It happens.
You
So-
know those grim grinning ghosts.
Yeah, they are
Messing with
really
stuff.
trying to sabotage here.
Yeah.
So maybe they're saying we've talked enough about our future topic.
Yeah.
But, oh.
What were you going to add, Sophie? Give me one more thing you want to add.
I mean, I just wanted to talk about more about the Boo to You parade. That was one of my favorite things.
I think we got that, though.
Okay.
So if you want to add one more thing about it that you like, let me know.
The grave diggers. The grave
grave
diggers.
diggers?
Those are great. Yes.
Yes. All right.
They are
All right.
cool.
We're done now. We're done.
All right. Well, that wraps up our feature topic. As
We have growing
crazy and
pains.
chaotic as it was. And now it is time for this day in Disney history. So, Sophie, take it away.
All right. Well, I have 2 bits of Disney history, courtesy of my dad, who got these ready for me while I was getting all this ready.
Yeah.
This which I worked so hard on, only to have the internet cut out on me. Anyway, this day in Disney history for October 25th, 1988 is where we'll start. Wait, no. Actually, 1971. You put my history in the reverse order, Daddy.
Oh, well. Go for it.
1988, because this one is a little bit sadder. Eric Larson, one of Disney's 9 old men, passes away in Pasadena, California at the age of 83. The prince from the movie The Little Mermaid will be named Eric in his memory.
Which
Rest
I think
in-
is so cool.
I think it is too.
That is awesome. I never knew that.
Me
Rest
neither.
in peace, Mr. Larson.
Yes.
And then a little bit earlier in 1971, the Walt Disney World formal dedication ceremony takes place on this day.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's to do with the 50th. Happy 50th anniversary, Disney.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah. All
right.
right. I thought those were 2 really cool things.
I agree.
You know,
Oh.
obviously the sadness of Mr. Larson, but the prince, naming the prince after him,
Yeah.
that I had no idea
That's pretty cool.
that happened.
Pretty cool.
So,
All right.
okay. Well, that takes us to our
Uh-oh.
Stump the Soph
Stump
segment.
the Soph.
I think this is a really, really cool character.
Good.
I think it's super cool. I don't know if Sophie will know.
Oh, something tells me Sophie will know.
If I don't know, I'll just blame it on Cruella.
There
Exactly. Perfect.
you go. This character should never have existed.
Hmm.
I'll keep going. This character developed a sharp tongue and a prickly attitude, but has a big heart.
Huh.
And the potential giveaway. You ready?
Yeah.
This character's skirt is made of peanut butter cup wrappers.
Vanilla Pea Bon Schweets.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Which
I
is
was
weird
thinking
because she
Because-
should have existed. She
That's
should have
right.
existed. Because if she wasn't supposed to exist, then why was her picture on the side of her game machine?
Exactly. Exactly right. Very good, Sophie.
Isn't that all? I think that's awesome character.
Yeah, that's who I, was
think
thinking
she
too.
is
Yay.
too. Yeah.
She's a good one. She's so cute.
She is. So, did you know? You know one of the did you knows because that third clue was the did you know for her skirt.
Yep.
But the other clue is did you know that Vanellope only has 4 fingers on each hand?
I did not know that.
I think I did know that. Because she's a cartoon character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Taffeta also has 4 fingers on each hand.
Yeah, taffeta. That would mean that all of the racers would, because they're all made from the same model, I think.
Yeah.
Very good, Sophie.
Thank you.
Yay!
And well, no, Ralph has 5.
Oh.
Well, I meant like all of the racers in the game.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I was just checking them all, see what I could see. I think King Candy only has 4 also.
Probably.
But anyway, that
Yay!
is my Who's Who character. It's no longer called Stump the Soph. It's going to be called Stump Solves the Who's Who or something like
Here
that.
you go.
We need to get up a better name. Stump the Soph just
Mm.
isn't working though.
Oh, I thought it was
No, because
working
you
just
can't
fine.
stump her.
Because I never stump her.
Yeah, that's what
She's
makes
too
it
brilliant.
wonderful.
Yay.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. So, Miss Brenda.
Time for a little bit of Walt.
A little bit of Walt.
Educational films will never replace the teacher. The 3 R's are basic: reading, arithmetic, writing, but their advancement by means of motion picture screen will give more people in this world an opportunity to learn. Pictures can make both teaching and learning a pleasure. And educators agree that when a student has begun to learn and like it, half their problem is solved. The great Walt Disney.
The great Walt Disney.
Even though I said reading, arithmetic, and writing, it's really reading, writing, and arithmetic.
It's okay. I think people would know that. It's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't diminish. Doesn't diminish. All right. Yeah. Well, that wraps us up for this week. Next week, we're talking food.
Of course.
Next week's feature topic is our top 3 Disney breakfasts. And a Disney breakfast in our discussion does not have to be a table service, does not have to be anything. It could be, it's almost like a memory. Okay, we ate here and it was really good, or we had cinnamon rolls and they were really good, or whatever. So, top 3 Disney breakfast, no matter what kind of venue, where it's a reservation or what. So,
All right.
that is our feature topic next week. We hope you all have a great week, and we hope you enjoy this week's episode and are looking forward to talking about food next week like we are. Cruella, Wench for a Day, and Tweedledum signing out. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you on the road. Say it again, Cruella.
See you on the road, darling.
Nice.
Nice. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.